Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars, and thank you for watching. So, Christmas and the holiday season, we are in the middle of it, and it is fast approaching, depending on what holidays you particularly celebrate. So I thought we would do our yearly what you should buy a guitarist for the holiday. Some of these might be the same, some of these might be different than last year's, but just different variety of different prices, things that anybody can afford. You want to get your brother, sister, cousin, relative, whatever, something, you don't have a whole lot of money. Some of these are on the cheaper side, some of them are on the more expensive side. I tried to go kind of in order, but that is what it is. So the first one is something that every guitarist, or most guitarists, I should say, use at least some point in their life. That is guitar picks. There are large varieties of different guitar picks all over the place. I suggest maybe getting them more of a boutique brand like Gravity or V-Picks. You don't have to do that. That's just, two brands I've used, I like. I've had good experiences with both of them. Wide variety of different prices. Some of these, yes, they are expensive. Some of these, no, they're fine. They are, it's a little bit more money for a pick. They say $8 each. I believe it's free shipping included in that $8. Different sizes. You can get them a variety pack. If you don't want to spend that much, you get them maybe one or two picks. From this, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Moving on to V-Picks, they have a large variety of stuff as well. And you just do shop picks. And let's see here, if we scroll down. There we go. It's taking a minute to load. And, they have a large variety of picks. They're actually a little bit cheaper. They have a starter kit, different variety packs if you don't know what shape or size they like. And you can just ask them, your guitar player and your family, what shape and size they like. If you don't know, that's what variety packs are for. They go through a bunch of different things to try them. On the cheaper side of things, you have the standard Dunlop Picks. Everybody knows Dunlop Picks. Everybody's probably played one at some point in their life. Great picks. I definitely recommend taking a look at the Flow series. Different levels of thicknesses. They also offer a variety pack for $10. So your guitar player can, figure out what they want to play if they're just starting out, or if you're just trying to get them something different. Maybe they've been using the same pick forever. I didn't realize there was different options out there, and there you go. You can give them a different style pick and see what they want to do. Another thing that a lot of guitarists do, especially modern day guitarists, is a capo. Capos range in price from $25 to $4, $26, $6, $7. There's a $40 one. All different price range depending on what you want to do. Some, yes, are better than others. Some are a little bit more expensive. Some are cheaper. They all essentially do the same exact thing, and different colors. This one looks like a shark. This one's actually pretty neat. This one has a built-in tuner, so tuner combo with a capo, which is pretty neat. You don't see a lot of those, but customized, put your name on it. This one is like a wooden style with picks, but all different sorts of varieties of shapes and sizes, and you can pretty much do whatever you want there price range wise, depending on how much money you have. Another thing every guitarist or bassist can too, and this kind of applies to both, guitar strings. Bass strings are a little bit more on the expensive side, but a pack of guitar strings, it'll run you right around $10 or so. Actually, these are more around $7 for a pack of guitar strings. Sometimes you can get deals on these, but let's take a look at bass strings while we're here too. Because keep in mind, bass strings do cost a little bit more money. They do last a lot longer too, but you're looking, right around $20 to $30 for a pack of bass strings. Now, keep in mind, you want to buy these from a reputable dealer. If you have a local mom and pop guitar shop, go for it by all means. If you buy them online, make sure you're not buying them from some sketchy, weird website, or check the seller, because fake guitar strings do exist and they are not the same quality as the real ones. So that's something to look out for. Another thing, we're going to skip over that one for a second, is effects pedals. Now, effects pedals, you can get something along the lines of Behringer if they're just starting out, decently cheap price, right around $20 a pedal. Or, you can go fancy, you can go boutique, you can go Boss, JHS, TC Electronics, Electro Harmonics. There's a million different pedal makers out there, ranging in a wide variety of prices. Behringer's probably the cheapest you're going to get, because they mass produce these things. They make the chips for most pedals. So any type of guitar pedal, especially for beginners, or even experienced guitarists, they're not going to complain about you getting them a guitar pedal as long as it sounds halfway decent and as long as it's a gift from the heart. That's what matters. Another thing that ranges in prices all over the place is guitar straps. As you can see, we have one here for $25. We have one for $74. These are all over the place. If you can find someone that makes them for a decent price, get like a cool custom-made guitar strap that's not an actual branded one. Maybe you got a local leather guy that can make one of these for you. But there's so many different guitar straps, so many different designs. You can't really go wrong. They're going to want a different guitar strap. I usually recommend something extra padded, especially if they're gigging a lot. Going after these cheapy ones, let me show you an example of a cheapy one. I'll scroll back up. Something like this, that's like $21. If it's soft. Some of these are nylon, some of these are softer. It also depends on the materials. You might want to feel it in your hand. But some of the cheaper ones, they you get what you pay for in certain circumstances. So just keep that in mind as well. Another thing that we'll go to that isn't massively expensive is if you wanted to start them off, getting recording equipment or, recording their guitar playing for a cheaper price, a Line 6 Pod GX. I'm not sure if they're still making these new. I know there's Line 6 Pods are still available. I'm not sure if this particular model they make anymore. Yeah, most of these are used, so they probably don't even make these anymore. Outdated technology. But they're decent for the price. You can pick one up fairly cheap right here, $35 used, no problem. And this will allow them to get into different amp sounds. It also allows them to play their guitar through their computer with different amps, different speakers, cabinets, all that. And then they can use headphones. So that way, if you are the parent of a person that is first learning how to play a guitar and it sounds terrible, you may want to look into something along these lines. It doesn't have to be Line 6. I just use this as an example. So that way they can hook it up to their computer, they can record themselves with headphones, play with headphones, and don't annoy you or your pets, because terrible guitar playing and pets, especially dogs, does not go well together, unfortunately. Moving on to the tool side of things. This is if they want to get more experienced. Fret levels. You can know fret levels, fretting tools, fret files, fret rockers, any type of guitar tool along the lines of fret leveling. This one, you might want to splurge a little bit more, because some of the more expensive tools will last forever. And some of the cheaper tools are hit or miss. You buy something for $6, you can't expect a lot. So that's just something you need to keep in mind. You go StewMac, yes, it is a really expensive, a little bit too expensive, but maybe you just kind of, look at different brands, see if you can find something in the middle. And that'll be nice for a guitarist. They can do something on their cheaper guitars. Start, learning on a cheaper guitar, and then work themselves way up to the more expensive ones. And a lot of these tools are probably fine, even the cheaper ones. I have not touched fret leveling yet. I'm still kind of scared of it. So that's something to keep in mind too. Sometimes it is better to go to a professional, but if you have a cheap guitar, you got them, or uncle, cousin gave you a junker for free, and the frets are terrible, doesn't hurt to try, because at the end of the day, you can always replace the frets if you really have to, but try leveling them out first. Another tool that every guitarist needs is truss rod wrenches. Different size, shapes, figure out if it's an Allen key, figure out if it's a socket. Music Nomad has an excellent set for a bunch of different sizes. Yes, it's $60, a little bit more expensive, but you get everything in a nice little kit. Screwdrivers, attachments. You can go to Harbor Freight too, and pretty much find the sockets for dirt cheap. Look here, watch this. Yeah, Harbor Freight Allen wrenches. Watch this right here. And this is the set I actually own. I think something along these lines. Or you can buy, oh, right here. This is the set I own. So like 20 bucks. I think I paid 10 bucks for mine. Maybe it was on sale. 36-piece set. Pretty much any foreign guitar and some American guitars this is going to work on, unless you have like a Gibson, a Martin. I think Taylor does the sockets. Harbor Freight got your back for Allen wrenches at an affordable price, and they're decent. They're not junk tools. They're perfectly fine. Now let's go on to the more expensive side of things. So do you have a guitarist that can't find band members and is looking to maybe get some bass in there, already has a drum track down? Buy him a bass guitar, maybe an Epiphone Thunderbird. That's one of the basses I have. Decent basses, right around $350 used. You can probably find them more for $450 new. Different styles. Doesn't have to be an Epiphone. I just like this particular bass, which is why I'm showing it off. But by all means, if you have a guitarist and they're looking for something else, maybe they're getting a little bit bored with it, give them a bass, because we all need good basses out there. And the more that learn, the more can be in bands and maybe get some of that bread. Last thing is just check out Thomann. They got a lot of interesting things. Maybe buy them a new guitar from Thomann. Look at this. They got acoustic guitars for $75. Can't go wrong. Guitar kits if they want to build something. Acoustics. They got this retro looking thing. A lap steel. Amps. Tuners. More amps. Locking tuners. Fusion series. This is like a shredder style guitar. This is if you have a little bit more money. Yes, obviously you can spend a crap ton of money if you're rich. Get them a Gibson Les Paul. That's crazy. That's new. Harley Benton solid bass for your bassists out here. Here you go. Here's an 8x10. This thing is a monster. I think it's the biggest amp that I've ever seen them make. Only one review so far. But, go onto the website, see what the shipping is. Because, sometimes the shipping is going to be a little much, and it may not be worth it to you. But there you have it. There are some variety of different gifts, more on the cheaper side. I did that on purpose. Because, Corona times, everybody's kind of hurting a little bit. Job loss, all that bad stuff, unfortunately. For the holidays. I don't know why I have a white screen now. Check out all those different things. You can see, as I said, guitar picks, pedals, capos, tools, whatever you can afford. That's ultimately what it comes down to, is how much you're willing to spend, how much you want to afford, how much you can actually afford for that particular person. So, gift ideas 2021. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, or if you got links to other stuff that you think people would be interested in, by all means, go ahead and post them below. YouTube may or may not kick them. So try like twice. If it doesn't go through twice at that point, just give up on the links, unfortunately, is what it is. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.